Hi, boys and girls. We're doing lesson 2-11, and it is very similar to our last one on classifying triangles, which we didn't have a video for. You had a math message, and then we discussed in class all about the attributes or the properties of triangles. And what is a property again? Well, it's something that a shape or a object or whatever has, right? So this car right here, we could say one of its properties is that it's red and that it has 4 wheels, right? And so on, right? This is one of Bryce's cars. He loves this Ferrari. Anyway, so let's get into talking about our math message, all right? And it says, make 2 4-sided polygons on your Geoboard on Everyday Math Online. And we want one with 4 right angles and one with at least 1 acute angle. Oops, I have a typo there. Anyway, on a Google slide, insert a picture of both polygons and write down properties or attributes that are the same and different for both polygons. So what did we say again about what properties were? They're things that the object or shapes or things have, right? So any of the traits that they have. We've been talking about traits in science too, so this goes along nicely. So let's take a look at how we get there. We log into Everyday Math, we go to our e-toolkit, and you may need to zoom out so that you can see your toolbar along the bottom. I have my little screencastify thing, so I will have to hide that right here. And you can choose the e-tools, scroll down, find the Geoboard tool, and then choose the largest set of pegs possible. And then drag it up. And you can move it by clicking on the top little bar there. And then we can pick different little rubber bands to make our quadrilaterals, 4-sided shapes, right? And we want one with 4 right angles and one with at least 1 acute angle, right? So that is part of the rules for this activity. All right, now, when you're all done, I want you to take a screenshot of it. Now, how do we do that again? Well, it is Shift, Control, and the Show Window button. And that'll create a little crosshair, kind of like this. This is for Mac, so it's not the same as that. And I'm just going to hit Escape so I don't actually take a screenshot. But we're going to insert it into this math message, into this math notebook of ours. Try to get a picture of both of those shapes into that space. And then we are going to write some attributes, some properties of those 2 shapes. We're going to write about how they're the same and then also about how they are different, okay? And you can try to think of a few for each. Let's try to think of as many as we can. And this little thing right here is a reminder about how to take a screenshot. Use Shift, Control, and the Show Windows button. And this also is a little tip here. So Shift, Control, the CTRL, and the Show Windows button right there. All right, and that will allow us to take that screenshot, okay? So after you're done with that, we are going to think about our journal page. Our journal page is this one here, Properties of Quadrilaterals. And they want you to study these shapes, all of these quadrilaterals. And they want you to think about trying to put them into 3 different groups. And they give you a letter already for each one. Letter A, shape A right here, goes in group 1. Shape H, which is this one, goes into group 2, and shape E, which is this one, goes into group 3. So I'd like you to spend some time thinking about what other letters would follow the same rules that these ones do. It's kind of a mystery. I want you to think about this a little bit. And then we are going to have time to discuss it with our classmates in class during our time. And it might be through a breakout room if we're remote, or it might be in class as a part of that lesson. And that is going to be a big focus of our class time for lesson 211, is working on putting all of these shapes into the different groups and thinking about what kind of properties do they have in common? What are the things that they all have to follow those rules for each group? All right. So, and then we follow up with thinking about this shape and which group it would go into. And then down here, it says use your geometry template to draw a quadrilateral below and explain in which group it belongs. Well, you can use a drawing tool. You could also use a real paper, but we do need to have some kind of work and be able to show it to me, whether you're remote or you're at home. And taking a picture with your camera or taking a picture with an iPad or a phone will be one way that you can get your work into your drive. We can talk a little bit about how we do that, but if you have the Drive app on a phone or an Apple device, we'll be able to upload those photos. If you don't, you can insert an image and have it uploaded that way too. So, good luck. Work on the math message. Make sure to also think about, at the very least, the top part here. Think about what letters from these shapes go in here. And then we're going to have a discussion about the rest of the page in class. All right. Have a great day, and I hope to see you soon.